Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video I will be sharing with you my Watermark farm route. With the changes coming, if you have not been farming Watermark, you should definitely get on this. It doesn't feel as boring if you incorporate other activities into your run, like gathering resources that you can sell, gathering reagents for crafting, and hitting a couple bosses along the way for a few items. This route is a little different than others I've seen, and maybe it is not the most efficient run, but for me it has been the most profitable, and I tweaked a couple of the stops in order to work on my amulet Watermark because that is going to be the most troublesome slot I think with the new expertise system. This run is also timed in such a way that once you run it a couple of times and get used to exactly where everything is, you will be finishing exactly when your first chest is respawning, which is great and creates a very nice infinite loop that you can run over and over in a very casual way while watching Netflix or whatever you like to watch. So let's get into it. First thing is the prep. I do a couple of things before I do this run. It is not necessary, but it will make it feel a lot more casual and easy. I do recommend doing them if possible. The first thing I do is set 3 basic corrupt combat trophies, 1 in each of my homes. These trophies grant 4% damage bonus when fighting corrupt enemies, for a total of 12% with all the trophies. I also placed 3 minor loot luck trophies, 1 in each of my homes. These grant 0.5% chance at rare items from chests and monsters, so a total of 1.5% with all 3. I also bring with me a few consumables, items that will make this all feel trivial, and killing things will be no problem, which is nice, because again, your time is valuable and time spent running back to where you die is time wasted. The first thing I bring is infused corrupted coating. This is a pretty cheap coating for your weapon that lasts 40 minutes and gives you 15% more damage to corrupt creatures. I also bring a few powerful honing stones, which are nice because they stack with the corrupt coating to give you an additional 7% overall damage to your weapon. If you are a fresh 60 or under geared still, you may want to consider getting a weapon with Corruption Bane on it as a perk, and slotting it with a nature or arcane damage type gem. Your best option here is something that does thrust damage like a rapier or spear. Ideally though, I always recommend a hatchet with Corruption Bane and a sapphire slotted gem. This will provide you with the best balance of survivability and damage when under geared and facing corrupt enemies. Now that you are all buffed up and feeling strong, let's get into the run. You will begin at Mountain Home. When you get here, set your in location here and use it as a reset location between runs. Now let's head out and start the route. You will be in here at the Fetid Fang Cave. There is not much here other than a gold elite bear to worry about. This bear paths around the cave and is easily bypassed. You simply wait for him to have his back to you and slip in and loot the chest, then run out. After I've looted this cave, I run out and grab these 2 wire fiber nodes. No need for luck gear unless you have it with you. The reason I grab these is because after the December patch, you will be able to convert this wire fiber into tier 5 harvest rares, so it is good to have some stockpiled. Next, hop over to these Azos springs along the river and gather those. Then, these 4 wire fiber nodes over here, on the edge of the little farm. Our next location is this large provision crate in Desolate Cliffs. There are a bunch of non-elite corrupts scattered throughout this location, but nothing very dangerous. After you have looted this, run back over to the river and grab these 3 Azos springs before heading to our next location. As you approach Odium, grab these 3 wire fiber nodes here, then head into the corrupt outpost of Odium. There is no need to fight everything in these outposts. Most of it will break aggro when you jump up on ledges or over barricades, but when you get cornered, do not panic. These are non-elite enemies and are not very dangerous because of all of our buffs. In this location you will find 2 large chests. One is a provision crate and one is a stockpile. Loot both of these, then head out. After you're done at Odium, run straight down the road to these 3 wire fiber nodes, then down again to these wire fiber nodes. I always find that when doing chest runs, it is a good idea to plan for close by nodes to harvest because you will often get trash from chests while hoping for watermark bumps and trophy mats, so you might as well double down by grabbing profitable and useful resources along the way. After you've gathered these wire fiber nodes, jump down into the pit and head over and gather these 2 orichalcum veins. Then run over and gather these 2 orichalcum veins here. Then, after you have those gathered, run under this bridge and run over to West Illerman. Here, you will see 2 large orichalcum veins you can harvest in 1 large ancient chest. You will also see a large provision stockpile, so loot all of these. Next, we'll be heading over to kill a pit lord Dehi, but first, there are 5 orichalcum veins we can gather along the road as we head over to him. Once I reach this point, I like to stay here and kill him for 3 spawns. This is the number of kills I have found work out perfectly with the timing of the run in order to have it work out that when I am completely finished everything is respawned and I can immediately restart. This boss is definitely going to be worth killing 3 times per run. He drops these items, and you can farm him to push all of these to gear score 562, and because there are very few places to push your amulet, this is a great place to help do so. Another great thing here is that he is one of the only known creatures to drop the corrupt totems. These are used, of course, to craft major corrupt combat trophies, so getting a couple of those is always a huge way to make some gold. If your current watermark is 590 plus in any of the slots for these weapons, he can also, of course, drop any of these items gear score 600, but this won't happen unless the prerequisite is met. After you have killed him a few times, we move on and grab this large ancient stockpile and head over to grab these 5 orichalcum veins. After you have all of these gathered, head directly over to East Illyrum and kill Luca. He drops the new legendary crafted item mats for the named 600 weapons, but he also drops 2 weapons. He won't work for pushing your watermark up much, so no need to hang around and kill him multiple times. However, if your staff slot is already 590 plus, definitely you will want to stay and kill him a few times. This fire staff, he can drop gear score 600 if you have met the prerequisite. It is 30 intellect, has keen and vicious, which is amazing for a free fire staff drop. After you've killed this guy, head up this path straight to Vehemence. Here you will find 1 provision stockpile and 2 large stockpiles. If there are other people running this area, be aware of aggro. They may be training. That is the only issue that can arise. Otherwise, you can kill these without issue and loot the boxes. After you have looted these, head out and over to Aratus. Same story here. Nothing very dangerous other than potentially other players training mobs, but once inside you will find 2 large stockpiles and 1 large alchemy stockpile. The alchemy stockpiles are not very exciting, however I'm here so I loot it anyway. After I am done here, I head out once again over to Pulis. At Pulis, you will find 2 large supply stockpiles and 1 large provision stockpile. After you have looted these, head down the road to Spileo Cavern. When you reach this location, you will find 2 bosses and 2 large ancient chests. First, kill this boss. This boss has a great loot table for improving your watermark because again he drops an amulet. He also drops these items. This guy can be used to push your watermark on these weapon types to 562, which is great if you are a newer 60. Next, head through the ruins over to Deoshan the Unstoppable. He drops all of these items. This guy is a go-to for healers, especially Void Gauntlet Lifestaff healers, looking to increase their watermark on the Lifestaff and the Void Gauntlet. But even when you have done that, and your watermark for those items are 590 plus, this prerequisite then allows him to drop these gear score 600, and these 2 items he drops are among the best in slot for healers using this build. After you are done in here, head out to Mountain Rise Outpost. Once in town, you can then repair, store items to free up space, and all that before heading out once again to our final stage of the run. Once you are ready, head out to Lapsus. You can get there quickly by jumping down the rock face just outside of the outpost. Once you arrive, you will find 3 large stockpiles inside. Loot these, then head up to Rotfellow Hovel. On the way, you will find a few Azos springs you can grab also. Once there, you will find 1 large ancient chest. After you have looted that, head back down to grab these 2 Azos springs, then up to this one. Here you will also find a large stockpile just outside the Pox Cyst. After you have looted that, run along the river grabbing all of the Azos springs until you reach Spryla Tower. At this location, you will find Faye the Last Protector, and right behind him a large ancient chest. Faye drops chef pants and some other very interesting loot. He is a great target to kill for watermark farming, so stay here and kill him a couple of times per run if you desire. And then we use our teleport back to Mountain Home and head out to begin once again at the Fetid Fang Cave. I purposely skipped all of the Elite Zone chests because I was designing it for solo players on low population servers, or people looking for a super casual run to do, increasing their watermark before the expertise change. Obviously, if you have the means, you will always want to also hit the elite chests in the elite zones as well. This will always be one of the best options. Well guys, I hope this route can be of use to some of you who have been struggling on low pop servers to get a solid infinite run going. I also wanted to mention, could you guys let me know in the comments if you own Myth Empires? I recently purchased it and it is an amazing game, but the official online community is broken and very toxic. I have 15 years experience hosting dedicated servers for survival games and was thinking if there was enough interest, I may host a community server for this game for everyone to play on and experience it in a moderated, stable, fun way. If any of you would have any interest in that, let me know in the comments. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and as always, I appreciate all of the support you have shown me, and I will see you in the next one.